This place really houses the Warminster Information Centre, but in fact it also houses citizens' advice, shop mobility. We also have got one or two other people who pass through Business Link here because we want to sort of nurture enterprise here, so they get a little bit of a deal on that as well.
The first involvement we had with the Information Centre was when West Wilts District Council, as was then, decided that they would withdraw their annual funding to the centre and close it down.
That left the decision from Warminster's point of view that what they're going to do next. Obviously a problem for the community partnership. Community partnership said essentially, right, okay, we will run it. What we will do though is run it through the Development Trust, which we will form especially to do that. From
that day to this, we have existed on really the grant that comes from the Town Council, which they have sustained, for which we're extremely grateful. And we also supplement that with income that we generate through the operation of the centre.
One of the really good things about it was basically the volunteers. They're the people with whom all those who come into the Information Centre basically relate to. And you get your reputation really entirely from them. If the volunteers are not right, then you've got a problem. And I'm delighted to say that we've got really an outstanding lot. They're absolutely fantastic. The managers too, shared between two sort of joint managers, Leslie and George, and both those two, they've got young children, job share, and it really works. So you've got some, shall we say, quite senior volunteers, these really quite junior managers, and the mix is fantastic actually.
It's like a very big family working here, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a good team, aren't they? Everybody gets on really well together, and they've all got a really positive outlook about the town, and that comes across to the people that come here.
And lots of years of experience. But it's worked out really well actually, because they're so keen. They're here because they want to be here. So it's lovely. It works very, very well, and they can never do enough.
No, they don't, and I guess it's a little bit more informal than having employed people in a way, but as George said, they're doing it because they want to do it, so they put quite a lot into it. Well, the only thing that's complicated, I suppose, is actually organising staff during holiday times, because if they all want to go on holiday together, you know, at the same time, there's not a lot we can do about that. They're volunteers, you know, and that does happen. But that's really the only difficult thing. Yeah. They don't mind us giving them duties, giving them tasks to do, but also they work sort of quite well off each other, don't they? They understand what needs to be done. They know this place well. They know what has to happen here.
And they do take real pride in it. Like Janet, who's hiding at the back. She does lots of homework as well. She does so much stuff from home. She's brilliant, and she's always looking up new things for us. We've got, as we say, we've got the information for our coach tours, okay, which we've recently started doing. We also do gliding, where we get, all of this is where we get commission.
We had a really good arrangement with Centre Parks, as in did other information centres, sort of quite close to us, and we used to sell the day tickets for them. And Centre Parks was very popular, and we made a lot of money. Centre Parks, for very proper business reasons, had to discontinue that. And well, yeah, there's no denying it's an issue, but not an insoluble issue. We knew it was going to come. We have taken due notice that it was coming. We're working on what we're going to do. There's no particular hurry about that. We're well placed, and I paid tribute in that to our very first chairman, Len Turner, who's now in fact the finance director.
This is the accommodation brochure that we produce. So we work closely with all our B&B providers, and they obviously pay for adverts each year to go into there, and we earn commission when we do bookings for them as well. But we have the big events locally as well, like the Bath and West show.
Any air
this
days.
one's coming up,
we
the air day,
days as well.
And you know, the companies give us commission for selling their tickets.
I think the town would be very, very deprived without an information centre here.
We get an awful lot of regulars coming in here, and sometimes it's just for a chat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. We've got one gentleman that comes all the way from Salisbury to come here because we're better than Salisbury.
Basically, you've got to run it, you absolutely have to run it as a business. If you really in any way come away from that discipline, broadly speaking, unless there's a remarkable amount of generosity around, which in this day and age, sadly, there's not for all sorts of reasons, then you're pretty much doomed for failure.
People want to know about theatres or music festivals, people coming with children wanting places to go and entertainments, that sort of thing.
I think a development trust is a very good local vehicle for local projects. It can look at anything that the community around it thinks is important and see whether it will work. And then if it does work, it's a good vehicle to look for funding, and it's possibly a good vehicle for running it.
I think it needs a combination of skills. I think you need people with passion, often who you've got to tie strings around their ankles to anchor them to the ground, and you need solid, sound, disciplined skills that come from other people who are thoughtful and reflective, and you need that combination of skills within a partnership.
We have had people come in who've brought particular strengths actually to the board. It's quite easy. There's an element of the board, people like me, who are quite used to sort of talking about things. Maybe every now and again people could suspect that we weren't quite so good about doing things. Now we've had a couple of really good doers who've been on the board recently. That would include Steve down on the park, because he is interfacing with the public, who actually we're serving, probably more than any one of us here. Yeah, he's on the pedalay, he's on the bouncy castle, he runs the scouts, he's right in there. We listen to him, yeah, and we're going to basically hear it as it is.
We work together on different events. When there's an event going on, we like to use the information to advertise the events and so forth. We also look at the Information Centre for advice on how they think the park should go. Because obviously they're better placed for people coming up to them saying, well look, we'd like to see this and so on. So they give us general feedback of what the public would like to see in the park. The Development Trust helped us out in setting up what we call the Friends of Warminster Park, which is a group, an offshoot so to speak, of a separate group that we coordinate and raise funds and whatnot to develop the park and the amenities as an offshoot.
I've worked here since 1989. I saw the notice outside the library. I am in charge of ordering the new leaflets, which you get from different agencies, and keeping the shelves filled up and trying to get hold of all the leaflets that we get asked for. Sometimes it's a problem.
It's all about UFOs and crop circles, because of course the UFOs were supposed to have landed on Clay Hill, weren't they? And there's all sorts in here. And these are all in the local area to us. So if anybody wants to know about UFOs, we've even got that here to show them.
And these were the latest ones, which I used one of our flights to go up and see. I think they're aliens. Leslie thinks they're moles.
We don't really want to know. We just enjoy the mystery of it. I think if we know what makes crop circles, then it kind of ruins some of the fun, don't you?
We hire out mobility scooters and also wheelchairs by the day or the week or the month, and that is used quite a bit.
And it's a place that people can come to if they've lost property or something. They come here. If a particular query, they'll come here because it's a logical place to come. It's open to the public, information. That's where you go into a new town. That's you make a beeline for your information centre. So
you've got to like sort of meeting people. You've got to enjoy talking to people, and
it is the whole team thing. We all work together and we all learn from each other, and we're learning all the time from people that come in as well. It's wonderful. We like it here.
If you're thinking about doing something, never do it. If you have a passion to do it, if you have a real belief that this is a way that you're going to do it, then grab it with both hands and go for it wholeheartedly. But make sure you do it really properly. Research it to the nth degree. Make sure that you are going to be sound and do it. But if you're just thinking about it, well then think again.
And I think it's really very much that sort of close community bond. Yeah, you can view it in all sorts of ways. It's a little bit of a challenge, it's deep satisfaction you achieve something, a little bit of a comfort blanket as well. And I think, just rafts of people. Just love it. Yeah.
You like people?
Yeah, quite. But that's what the world's about. Sorry, you get me going.